Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all good. I am now 13 weeks out, so I feel like the weeks are going really fast. I will probably be doing a physique update when I'm 12 weeks out. That will be like a 4-week chunk of prep, and we should see some differences, hopefully. Well, I know we will, but... So, I did really want to pick up the camera and start vlogging before today, this week, but it's been the most manic week. We were at a powerlifting competition last weekend in North Wales. Obviously, my boyfriend Nick is a powerlifting coach. We went with the team to support. I really wanted to vlog the weekend. And the reason why I really wanted to vlog is because I did not have access to a kitchen. I was not able to take meal prep, so I wasn't able to eat my same meals. As well as that, being at a powerlifting weekend where they all have to carb up, we were going out to restaurants every single meal, and so I had to make do with choosing restaurant options during prep, which isn't the easiest thing to do and can easily trip anybody up. I luckily made it work and I came back and weighed the exact same as I had done 3 days before, so that was good news. So yeah, I really wanted to vlog it and just chat through the decision making process around choosing food in a restaurant whilst, you know, on prep, as that is something that people usually avoid. People try to always avoid restaurants in a fat loss phase as well, and I really wanted to show how I made it work and how I got it done. I didn't in the end. It was so busy. I obviously go to be the vlogger for my boyfriend and to support everyone else, make sure everyone's eating, being the mum of the group. So I didn't really get the chance to do that. We are away again this weekend at a powerlifting comp, so hopefully I'll vlog that, and I really want to because I'll probably be having to make decisions at restaurants again, and I feel like that will be really good to kind of take you through and be a really good episode. Also, mini update on my shoulder, because last time in the last video I had tape across this shoulder here, which obviously isn't on there anymore. Please ignore my sensitive skin and why it's rashing, just ignore that. So the tape is off. It is much better. I've been doing rehab on it since we last spoke and prior to that, and I was actually able to go and do an upper session yesterday and actually put some load through it, which was awesome, and it's way less painful. So I'm just keeping up with the rehab, crossing my fingers and hoping that I get no pain here on out, but I will keep you updated on that as well. Also, I know I'm not doing like an actual physique update, but like, I actually do feel so much leaner over the last few days. I had a new low weigh-in a couple of days ago, new low weigh-in of 61.5, which is crazy. It's crazy because when I last competed, 61.5 was probably the heaviest I weighed in my off season, whereas now it's like a prep weigh-in and I'm feeling lean. So it's crazy, but it just goes to show how much muscle we've built, which is good news. But yeah, overall I'm actually looking, especially around the shoulders, I feel like I usually get veins come out in this arm. You can't see them yet because I'm not lean enough, but I do feel like there is something happening. I know that's wishful thinking, and I know people are probably thinking, why do you get excited to see veins? Just go with it, bear with me. This lighting might be a little bit easier to see where I'm feeling a little bit lean, especially throughout the upper body. Delts are always the first to come in and across the chest. Obviously, RIP boobs when I get closer to show. I don't really lose them too much. But yeah, definitely getting some more lines come through. More lines coming through in the waist. My rib cage is always prominent anyway, but yeah, so I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling really really good. I don't even feel hungry yet. I'm starting to see the changes in my physique without even feeling I'm pushing too hard, so that's awesome. And I guess the newest thing is that I've added in a little bit of cardio, so about 30 minutes across the week, so not a huge amount, 30 minutes across the week. I'm doing kind of 10 minutes 3 times a week of HIIT on the Stairmaster. I think, did I mention that in a previous vlog? I might have. But yeah, so that is the one change, and food has all stayed the same since I last spoke. I've only dropped food once over the last 4 weeks. And like I said, I'm having new low weigh-ins, even having had to make decisions at a restaurant over the weekend. Physique is changing, so all is good. just cooking some rice to go with some chicken that I already cooked last night, to do some meal prep for the next couple of days. You probably just saw me weigh out, oh, it's sizzling. You probably just saw me weigh out 1 cup of rice. I literally just do it that way and then I weigh it out cooked afterwards. A lot of people obviously say to weigh out your carb sources raw, but I find that confusing when I'm trying to portion them up, so I just weigh it cooked and I haven't had any issues with that before. What I am also adding to, where's it gone? Here it is. What I'm also adding to the rice is pasta seasoning. I know that sounds really strange because it's not pasta, but I really like this seasoning. You can get it in Aldi, obviously, plugging Aldi every video. And what's included in it, it's dried garlic, sea salt, chili flakes, basil and parsley. And I just quite like that in the rice, so it's not plain rice. I just add it to the water whilst it's boiling and and then a little bit afterwards, so. So I'm literally just eating my pre-workout meal now that you just saw me cook. And whilst I'm eating it, I'm actually watching the Bikini and the Brain podcast. So YouTube Inception is happening now, but I'm watching the Bikini and the Brain podcast and they're chatting about what happens after competing, the post-show recap for Ashley for the most recent show that she did, and what she's doing now and what people should do after their competition. And as much as I'm still 13 weeks out, I've got plenty of time, I do feel like sometimes people get so focused on their deadline of their show that they don't actually prepare for post-show. Now, obviously, that's your coach's job. Your coach should prepare you for post-show. Me, myself, obviously, I am coaching myself, so I have to prepare for post-show myself. That is obviously something I am still going to vlog and share, so you can obviously see what I do about it and during that phase, because it isn't an easy phase and a lot of the time it is the hardest part of the phase. So I will be showing that as well, but it's good to watch these things now, listen to what the pros are saying and bear that in mind and try not to get just so caught up on the actual deadline of show day. I am back from the gym. Like I said, I didn't record any of the workout because you saw this workout before, but you did see me doing some steps at the end. Obviously I do have a step goal right now that I'm trying to hit, which is only really about 8,000, which isn't a lot, but because I obviously work from home, sat on the computer all day, sometimes I don't get enough steps in. I do try to go out for a walk in the morning, sometimes I don't, so I'll get it in at the gym at the end. And then I went on to cardio as well afterwards. So had my post-workout meal, got home, and now I'm going to go through the questions from the Q&A that I put on my Instagram, as I wanted to turn this into a bit of a Q&A as well. So first question, what is your favourite and least favourite meal on prep and why? Oh, that's an interesting question, and I feel like after I did like a full day of eating last video, I do enjoy all of my meals. I feel like that's a really difficult one. Let me think. What I have as my first meal of the day is what I've had all year round, just a lower calorie modification of said meal. So I feel like that must be my favourite. Like if I've had it all year round, that's probably my favourite. So that's my Greek yogurt, granola, fruit and syrup with dark chocolate. I guess so as well because it's quite a sweet meal and I do have a sweet tooth. Least favourite meal? Interesting. What is my least favourite meal? Probably the chicken, rice, vegetables and cheese that I have post-workout, although today was probably the first day where I was eating that post-workout and it started to taste really good, and it's like 3 weeks in and it tastes really, really good, so you know that I'm hungry. But no, I would say that's probably my least favourite. It's just the least exciting. I still enjoy it though. Second question, are you getting a new bikini for this show, and how far ahead of a comp would you look to get one? So I did mention previously that I really wanted to wear my old bikini. Fun fact, my old bikini box is being used as a tripod right now. We've gone from saucepans and coffee jar tripods to bikini boxes. So I really did want to wear the last bikini again on stage. However, I've had a think about it. I've looked back at old pictures and I remember what it was like wearing it, and I don't think it's going to fit me. Like, I really don't think it's going to fit me. I remember it being a little bit tight, especially the bottoms, and obviously I've built a lot more muscle and a lot more size this time, so I don't think that's going to fit me. Also, looking back at previous pictures, I was getting a bit of a side boob come out the side of the cup, and I want to make sure I have like a nice full look. Luckily, I'm one of those women that keep their boobs when they get lean, which is great, and I'm touch wood anywhere that happens again. So I don't lose my boobs too much, so I do like to use a lot of the teddy bear stuffing to get a nice full look in the bust, but the cup size wasn't quite big enough and there would have just been nipple otherwise, so I think I'm going to go for a larger cup size and slightly bigger bottom. And then how far ahead of a comp would you look to get one? So when you are looking to compete in bikini, you will get either a custom made bikini, or you'll buy a second-hand one or a ready-made one. If you are buying a custom made one, which is what majority of people do, and majority of people are happy to pay the extra cash to do so, it depends on the bikini maker, but the bikini maker that I go with is Black Ice Bikinis, and they require you to order and put in your measurements 8 weeks out. The bikini maker will then contact you to confirm the design. 4 weeks out, you submit your final measurements, because obviously your body's going to change, your measurements are going to change, and you submit your final measurements at 4 weeks out, and then you receive your bikini when you're 2 weeks out. So that's pretty much how it works. Obviously, if you weren't going to get a custom made one and you were going to do a quick ship one that was already made, I would wait until I was probably 4 weeks out to see what my measurements were at 4 weeks out, because it's not just the case of buying your regular cup size and, say if you're a size 8, buying a size 8 bottoms. It's not as simple as that. You do want to take the measurement around your hip bone, and the bikini tops are very thick with stuffing, so a lot of people size up. How many shows and feds would you recommend in a season? First timer here. Oh, well, welcome to the bikini world. Oh, that's a really interesting question. I think it ultimately depends on you and what you're looking to get from your first season. For me personally, I just wanted to see if I could do it. I just wanted to see if I could prep. I just wanted the challenge. I wanted to see if I enjoyed the process. I was also in my last year of uni and I had exams coming up afterwards. So for me, I just did the one show and then I got the feedback, continued with my exams at uni, and then competed again the following year. Although, if lifestyle, like you haven't got uni exams or work is good or nothing else crazy is going on in life, and you want to give a few federations a go and try different federations to see if you suit a certain look or not, absolutely go for it. I highly recommend that so you can see where you suit if you're not already sure. The only thing with that though is some federations are have different costs. Some federations are more expensive to enter, some federations require a different shoe, a different bikini, and you might find that you're spending a lot of money when you haven't yet competed and not sure if you're going to enjoy it. So if you do that, try to pick the federations where the bikinis and the shoes are going to be super similar, so you're not spending too much money. And I would also choose some that are fairly close together, rather than... It's almost unrealistic to think, okay, if I'm super lean in April, I can just maintain it and compete in October. You're going to have some time where you're not lean, so you're not going to be competing like every month or so. You want to choose shows all close together, either a week apart, 2 weeks apart, for maybe a 6 to 8 week period. Next question. What are your thoughts on stage accessories like jewellery? So I would say jewellery is a must when it comes to stage accessories, but I think that they should 100% complement your physique and your overall look. So for example, this is so random, but this is the kind of detail we put in. I've got a very small head. Like whenever I go to Go 8, I have a child's helmet. I don't fit into the adults. I don't know why my head is so small. So if I had super chunky earrings, that's gonna look weird. So I go for more slimlined earrings. Some people wear bracelets on just one wrist or not the other. I think when it comes to bodybuilding, you're going for symmetry, so you should be symmetrical with the jewellery. So yeah, I would say it's a must. It gives that last little bit of glitz and glam. The jewellery also isn't expensive. If you go on Compact Women, they have some really great selection of jewellery that isn't going to break your bank. It's probably going to be one of the cheaper things that you buy for show day. And yeah, so I would say yes. Next one, who does your competition hair and makeup? So I do it all myself. I know there are some really fabulous people who do competition makeup, such as Danielle Spencer. I think she's one of the main ones that is at multiple shows. I will hopefully remember to link all of these people's Instagrams. But yeah, so I do it all myself. I literally buy 30 quid extensions and I put the extensions in myself and I go for a longer, wavy kind of look. I feel like my natural hair isn't that thick and it kind of sticks to my head a little bit, especially because you compete with second day hair. You can't wash your hair the day of competition because of the tan. So I like to have long, slightly wavy extensions, literally the same ones I've worn every single time I've competed. They're literally 30 quid and they're cheap and they last for my shows, and that's it. And then makeup I do myself. Biggest tip when it comes to makeup, I'm sure I'll do a video on this. Biggest tip when it comes to makeup, do not match your foundation with the tan. You will look like an Oompa Loompa. It will look way too strange. The tan and the makeup will oxidise throughout the day. You'll get even more orange. Do not match the foundation to the tan. What you want to do is you want to choose a foundation that will be a few shades lighter than the tan. Do that as your base. Then you want to use your regular foundation as the highlighted areas. So your regular, when you're pale, that's the regular foundation you want to use for the highlighted areas, and then you want to match the contour to the tan. So your face will be lighter than the rest of the body, but it will look better. So that's my biggest tip, but I do it all myself. I just figured out how to do it myself. I would also recommend, if you're going to do it yourself, buy 3 or 4 different shades of foundation. I know that sounds completely unnecessary, but if you've never competed before, you won't have a clue what colour the tan will be or what it will look like. So buy a few different shades and have your regular one as well, and you should find the right shade. Next question. Talk to me about the plastic cups. I love that. So the plastic cup situation, it's one of those if you know moments, so I guess I'll spill the tea. I'm sure I'm not the first person on YouTube that has documented bikini prep to spill the tea on this. When you're obviously tanned on show day, you can't obviously wee properly, because obviously us women sometimes will wee like against our leg and we'll just get this huge streak down our leg. So you pee into plastic cups on show day, basically. My biggest tip is to get those plastic ones that are a pint, cut a hole in the bottom just in case it fills up and you're good to go. Some people also buy a Shiwi. I just hole in the bottom of a plastic cup, much easier, and you can just dispose of it. Obviously if you buy a Shiwi, you have to wash it. If you wash it, you're likely going to splash the tan, so you can throw away the plastic cups. How low do you think your calories will go, and how high do you think your cardio will go this prep? I have absolutely no idea. I think it's one of those things that people always want the answer to when they start a prep. They always think, I just want to know like what it would require, what I would need to do. I guess that's the same with any fat loss phase as well. You could start a fat loss phase losing weight on X amount of calories, and then you plateau, and then you have to make a change, and then you plateau again, and you won't ever really know what is required. I have no idea. If you want any examples from previous preps, so I've done a prep before where the lowest my calories went were about 1700. I've then also done a prep before where the lowest my calories went were about 1200. So it can completely depend on the prep, it can depend on the off season you have beforehand. I am absolutely not sure. I will do everything in my power to make sure I don't require the 1200 calories again, but I might do, and if I do, I do, and I suck it up, basically. Cardio wise, again, I've done shows where I've only been doing 15 minutes of cardio every day. Other shows I've done like 35 minutes cardio every day. Again, I would like to keep it to the 15 minutes per day, but again, I can't complain. I just have to get on with it. I will leave that there. I'm sure I will do another Q&A at some point anyway, and I'm going to leave this video here as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and informative. If you do have any questions at all, just leave them in the comment section and I will get back to them in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.